Not many know about the story of Shiva and Sati, neither did I until a few years ago. And when I heard this story, it had me in tears. A story that made me realize that sometimes even the gods didn't get what they decide. But it is also a story of hope and love. Daksha Prajapati was the son of Lord Brahma. Daksha's wife Prasuti wanted a daughter. Lord Brahma advised them to meditate on goddess Adiparashakti. Some legends say that Lord Brahma requested Adiparashakti to take birth as a human and bring ascetic Shiva out of his state of trance. Adiparashakti took birth as Dakshayani, daughter of Daksha, also known as Sati. She grew up listening to stories of Lord Shiva from sage Narada. When she grew up to a marriageable age, Daksha decided to find the most suitable of grooms for her. But Sati had already made up her mind that Shiva was the one for her. The thought of marrying anyone other than Shiva haunted her. So, she left all the comforts of the palace and went to the forest and meditated on Shiva. After living in severe austerities, Shiva appeared before her. Looking at her nature of being able to be the better half of Shiva, he agreed to marry her. Their union is celebrated as Mahashivratri. However, their marriage did not go well with Sati's father Daksha. Daksha was a Prajapati and the son of Lord Brahma, and Sati was a princess. Daksha disliked the idea of Sati marrying Shiva, a yogi and an ascetic who had once chopped off one of Brahma's heads. Some legends say that Daksha has initially approved the idea of Sati marrying Shiva. However, during a grand yajna, when all devas and sages bowed to Daksha, Lord Shiva remained seated. Daksha took it as a personal insult and decided to avenge his humiliation despite the fact that Lord Shiva was superior to him. Daksha decided to organize a yajna and invite everyone except Lord Shiva and his wife Sati. Sati was upset but tried to persuade Lord Shiva to come along with her to the ceremony. Shiva tried to convince her by telling her that Daksha considered him as an enemy and that it's not advisable to go when uninvited. Sati persisted and said that she would go to yajna. Shiva, sensing some trouble, requested her to not go when she said that she wanted to confront her father and that she cannot be stopped from being welcomed at her own home. When Sati reached the yajna, she was received very coldly by her father. He went on to insult her husband in front of all the guests. Sati declared that she would not tolerate another insult at her husband and regretted for coming to the yajna despite Lord Shiva's warning. She immolated herself in fire born out of righteous anger and promised to be reborn to a father who would respect her husband. Lord Shiva became furious upon learning about the happenings at Daksha's yajna. He pulled a strand of hair from his matted locks and threw it on the ground. From the hair emerged Veerabhadra, filled with rage and a thirst for destruction, who was determined on destroying Daksha's yajna. He was accompanied by Bhadrakali. Some say that she arose from Shiva's hair locks too. Veerabhadra and Bhadrakali were a team accompanied by 8 other goddesses, namely Chamunda, Ishani, Mundamardini, Bhadra, Kali, Katyayani, Vaishnavi and Twarita. Veerabhadra's rage threatened the entire universe. He cut Daksha's head while the surviving guests begged Lord Shiva for mercy. Lord Shiva arrived at the yajna, absorbed Veerabhadra into himself and restored all that was destroyed. On Lord Brahma's request, he forgave Daksha by bringing him back to life and replacing his head with a goat's head. Hence, Lord Shiva earned the name of Shankar, the Merciful One. Daksha was humbled by Shiva's grace and mercy and became an ardent devotee of Shiva. Then, Lord Shiva gathered the remains of his wife Sati in his hands and her memories in his heart and renounced the world. This went on for many years. The other gods tried to bring him back from his grief-stricken state. As a last resort, Lord Vishnu used the Sudarshana Chakra and cut Sati's lifeless body, which shattered into 52 pieces and fell on earth. Some legends say that the pieces that fell on earth happened when Shiva danced in grief with Sati's body in his hands. The places where these 52 pieces fell are called Shakti Pitas, and there is a Kali or Shakti temple in each one of these places. There is a Bhairav guarding at each of these places. Finally, Lord Shiva began meditating, remembering his wife and her vows. The story of Shiva and Sati is a reminder of many things. Love is the greatest weapon of all. Love doesn't work the way we want. Like I had mentioned earlier, sometimes even the gods didn't get what they decide. But wait, doesn't the world run on the simple belief that things meant for you will always find a back to you? Many years later, Hope was born as the daughter of King Himavan, the lord of mountains, Parvat. She was named as Parvati. Love did find a way. It always does. Om Namo Parvati Pate Har Har Mahadeva.